All right. All right. We're live on the super crazy side app with Yormisk.
Hello.
You finished up last time, dealing a couple missions with Fry, your new mercenary friend, and you awake on the next day of that day, and the shadow guard that you had seen prior sort of creeps up next to you. Like, he comes out of the shadows.
Oh, wow. Hello. Again.
Hello, Yormisk. We have heard from the astronomer that you had met in the Shadow Plain. There is a tower nestled beneath the ground. A portal is opened up due west from here.
Okay.
Now be careful. Necromancy apparently doesn't work in there.
Oh. Okay.
You need to prepare your wits, your items, and your astronomy to find the path forward. I wish you luck.
Okay. Yormisk thinks to himself, man, no necromancy. This is, wow. I wish my grandfather was here. He could help me. He would tell me what to do here. Oh, well. It is fine. I will do my best. As I go west.
You go west, you don't buy any items first?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All good. You proceed westward into a dreary tunnel, it looks like. Almost like it was a cave entry. It's pretty far west, so you're getting towards where the spirit plane would, eventually be a bit south from here. And so you get the impression it feels very sort of wispy here. But this is in fact the cave that he was pointing out, and you do feel a sort of necral blockage from this sort of tunnel. It kind of gives you that impression.
I feel the realmic energy in the necrotic world sap. Just be sapped from me. From my body, my spirit. I feel the threads, the connections to my spirit allies dwindle. I'm weakened. Man. This really is going to be really hard. But alas, I am enough. As I stumble into this cave, with my faith in Dorsha, I'm able to do anything. I know this. Dorsha has not failed me. They have only blessed me with this newfound power. And when my shovel.
Yeah, you feel, Dosha's energy from within your shovel, like, sort of invigorates your body.
Wait. Hey, is this? I pray to Dorsha before I go into it, into this cave, is dear Dorsha, is it deep darkness in its cave?
It is, in fact, deep darkness in this cave. Also Dosha, no R. But I understand that my name is a anagram for shadow, so it makes sense.
Really?
You will feel the deep darkness give you the flat defense you need in here.
I go inside and I feel the flat defense is boosted.
You enter the portal.
Go ahead.
You enter the portal, and when you get inside, you're kind of like presented with this ornate-looking, almost tower. It kind of looks like a silo as you kind of gaze upward. You can see stars, and it would appear that there's some sort of pathway up. You know.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I am awed by this, by seeing this vision of the stars at night, and it's, wow, breathtaking. I see a comet, I see constellations, and it makes me feel grateful for being in the mortal realm. It makes me feel a deeper appreciation for the people the souls who dwell not in this dimension, but in another. This is beauty.
Yeah, you can feel like the stars, you know, they sort of twinkle and glow, and its energy kind of feels prevalent in the air here. You know, that especially given that you're not feeling the necromantic energy you're used to, you can kind of, you know, bask in like starlight. You see these twin staircases sort of from the far west and east side of this tower kind of go towards the north side. They seem to ascend about one floor up.
Mm-hmm.
And then from what you can see from down here, it almost looks like they go into some sort of room. Maybe it's semicircular. It's hard to tell what's there though without going up the stairs.
I go up the stairs knowing that this is what my lord Dosha, my fault, Dosha. It's because I don't know.
No, you're fine.
Very far, or Dosha.
Yes, that's what
Dosha want me to do.
You head up the stairs and roll me dex.
Oh, it's higher than I thought.
Ooh. Incredible. That's a good roll. 85. I'm gonna create a little page. I'll move us there, and I'll kind of just draw this out as much as I can. Let me grab your token. Okay. Damn. All right. So, no problem. So, maybe a bit taller than that. Yeah, this seems about right. A little, yeah, it's fine. Alright, so, yeah, you progress up the staircase on this north wing, and, there you kind of see, like, what you can only presume is a sort of room. kind of built in to the construction of this section. You kind of make your way into it, and it seems to have weird symbols on this sort of west wall and the east wall here. For these map objects. That's on me. Okay. But yeah, specifically here and here, there are objects that seem to radiate a glow. You recognize the signs that are on them as being similar to astrology signs.
Can I tell what they are?
Yeah.
Which ones?
This one on the west wall is a fire sign. It is Sagittarius. On the right wall seems to be a water sign, like Virgo.
Okay.
Aside from that, there's some torches that adorn the sides or candlelight. But, I bring them up because Yormisk might think about it when he sees a fire sign. But they do seem pretty normal. Otherwise, no running water anywhere nearby that you can see.
Okay. I think to myself, is this a puzzle?
Likely is. It doesn't seem to be easy to navigate even higher up the tower from where you are, and it goes higher, but the staircase doesn't seem to go that high. So your thoughts are that this is the first trial that the Shadow Guard brought up.
I look around and try to look for any other clues besides the fire and water signs.
You can do that. Roll me another dex check. You're gonna need. It's pretty hard to see.
Okay. 57. I guess I don't get it. That's okay.
That's not enough. You can tell that the furniture here, that's like kind of, because it's almost like a study a little bit. You kind of get the impression that it's not bolted down or anything. Not that you would expect it to be, but it does feel like you could move it around if you really wanted to. If you wanted to get a little rough with searching, but you don't need to.
Okay. Well, I think I will get a little bit rough. I think we will do that actually, and try to search frantically. We're gonna try to search frantically for any clues, because honestly, we're kind of stumped here. But then again, I just go ahead and try the tried and true. If you don't know what to do, just follow your instincts. Right. And I'm gonna try to I'm gonna use 20 Realmic to cast a fire sign. I cast my fire sign on the Sagittarius wall and my water sign on the Virgo wall. Let's see what happens there.
That'll 30 mental or whatever. It's not real, but yeah, no problem. You can also, you can give yourself that while you're on there. I'll fill that for you. Because you should be like basically fully rested from before, we'll say.
Okay.
So you'd be at 120 mental after this. Bam. So you cast your fire sign at this westward wall. And once you do, you will, catch other stuff on fire due to the nature of the way the zone works. And upon doing so, you seem to have melted some of the parchment paper that's sort of on the wall, and it reveals to you, you know, like sort of maybe a mural that's been painted over almost. Not painted over, of course, but wrapped over. So when you burn it off, you can kind of see what that is. This is before you do the water thing on the other side, but on this side you do see there's a mural when you burn it off, and it does seem to imply there is like a trap door, maybe a trap door. That's what you're thinking. It looks kind of like a guy reaching for the ground.
Wow. Can I roll something to try to maybe decipher the mural? Like use my knowledge on funerals and stuff, funeral rites. If it's
Sorry.
important.
So you want to use your necromantic knowledge to understand funeral rites?
I mean the mural.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can interpret it that way if you'd like. Roll an intelligence.
Guess not.
Your interpretation of this seems to be that, like, this doesn't seem to be any sort of, like, ritual of the dead that you're familiar with. This seems very, like, practical, maybe, like, standard wizard or on a tower kind of thing, like, hide stuff underneath. Maybe it's powered by some sort of gem that operates the staircase. That's kind of the stuff you're getting the implication of. Doesn't seem very necromantic to you.
Okay. So I look towards the wall, the Virgo wall. Do I see anything over there?
Currently, no. It didn't change when you did anything with the Sagittarius one. You plan to cast your water spell at a water house on it, I believe, though.
Okay.
So your water will douse the area, which is fine. And so you want to do the same thing that you did on the Sagittarius side?
Yeah.
Okay. So you douse this area with a water. I'll go with like this color or something. You douse it. It's a bit larger, the effect, and you see it kind of covers this area in a water. Nothing seems to happen, but you do notice something. But we'll see if you notice enough of something. So roll Dex. Yeah, you roll amazing. So you kind of see the sort of water sort of trailing like this direction, and it pools about here, and it seems to go down somewhere.
I think to myself, wow, this would be really simple if I could just summon a spirit to go both ways. Okay. Think, Yormisk, think. Use my head. I go to the little pool area. And by pool, do you mean that's like where it's draining?
Yep. Yeah, it's draining. It pools on top of it, and it's slowly getting less.
Okay.
You feel like you could wrench it with your shovel if you're curious.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll wrench it first with the shovel.
Okay. You wrench it, and it kind of feels like there's a mechanism. Not like a mechanism that you have to hit a button to activate, but a mechanism to, like, you know, keep it in place a little bit. You feel like if you jostle it a little further without, like, much effort, you will definitely, like, pop whatever the little mechanism is off, and it'll open. Do you use the force, or do you feel like you would hold back?
I think I try to open it. I think I try to open the mechanism.
Alright. So yeah, you just kind of put a little bit more weight on the shovel, and it pops open. And just kind of northbound. The piece kind of pops off, and it goes a little bit north. It's not like flying off, but it did just kind of pop off like the top of a lid and land somewhere over here or whatever. And down there, if you look down, and you're accustomed to darkness, you look down and you see a gem. You feel like if you even like touch it with any amount of realmic energy, it'll open something or activate something.
All right. So I go grab the thing. And I put that in my pocket.
Okay.
And then, can I use earth? Can I use my shovel to use earth magic to bring the gem up to me instead of me putting my arm into the mysterious hole?
Yeah, it's dark in there. You can kind of feel like you can muster some shadow energy from your shovel and kind of pull it into your shovel.
Oh my god!
It's got these tendrils.
Oh wow! Oh, I can do that. That's so great. That's so great. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh, that's the item. The gem, you pull it out. It's an unnamed gem. Once you pull it out, if you can feel like it wants some of your realmic energy. Not very much, but do you kind of like let it have some realmic energy?
Well, I look around. Well, there's no spirits watching me. And so I put the realmic energy on my tongue and I lick the gem.
Fair enough. Yeah, you lick it. It tastes almost salty, like it was part of a ritual ingredient that involves saltpeter and other types of minerals.
Cool. I'll roll endurance.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, what's his attribute mod? 5. Where I got 5 attribute mod for? You remember?
It might be being provided by an effect. Let me double check. You got 5 endurance attributes. I don't know if it was food. I would be surprised because I usually remove that just fine. I'll just make sure there isn't like a skill effect that I'm missing. Because you did have a potion, I think. Maybe you drank an endurance potion. I think you did.
Yeah. Is it gone? I'm sure it's gone by now, right?
I said it would last a bit, so let's just say it's currently going. That's fine.
Okay. So when times like this, when I have a attribute mod, do I do a roll? Do I use the actual stat or do I use?
No, you use the total stat number.
Use a total stat. Oh, okay.
I'll almost never ask for you to use raw stat unless I say like, please roll blank with your base number. Mm-hmm. But I've never used that, so it's almost like unless somebody has an effect to block something, you're not gonna have that happen almost ever.
Roll endurance for the memes. Rest in peace, Shimizuku. But
yeah, you're totally fine. It tastes pretty decent. It didn't seem to hurt your stomach or anything, or your senses.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
Yeah, it is a rock.
But back creative, yeah. Tastes like a ritual. This could have been used in a ritual. So I put it in my pocket. And I put the Mystic Pine in my pocket as well.
Sounds
and then good. I go. I'm glad. I think to myself, I am so glad that I checked over there. And so I walk to Sagittarius and I go into the trap door.
Yeah, you look towards the sort of trapdoor-like thing, and when you fully investigate it, there seems to be a requirement. It seems to require the gem you just obtained to be inserted to open it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I put the gem in the mechanism.
You hear a click as it sort of fills with energy, and it opens this sort of trapdoor. And inside you can see some sort of lever or switch. It's meant to be grasped with your hand and pulled tightly downward.
Okay. So I check it out. I check out the door that just opened. Is this door made of earth?
Sorry, so you open the trapdoor, and then there's a switch inside of it. Did you pull it?
Yeah, I pulled. Well, no, not yet.
Oh, okay, you didn't.
I just opened it. I just opened.
So, what are you asking about?
Is this door earth?
The trapdoor?
Yes.
Nah, it's made of wood.
It's made of wood?
Yeah, it's fireproof, clearly, because it's only cinched at the top.
Yeah, okay. I want the gem. Get the gem out.
It might reseal the trapdoor, but if you were to flip the switch and then try to pull the gem out, I'm sure it'd be fine.
Oh. Alright. So I go inside. I hit my arm. I do on my hands, rub them together. And I pull the lever.
Yeah, you pull it hard like a video game character, where it's somehow like just so heavy to open a door, so heavy to pull a switch, and you get that shit down. It goes, and you hear a very large chain of mechanisms activate from the stairwell, and the stairs sort of like raise higher into the air, and they make, somewhat loud noise as they kind of ascend upward, as they were originally like, in a descending manner like this. This now goes up instead of down, and it would lead to two different floors, or two different second floor rooms, one on the left and one on the right side.
Wow. I go to the one on the left.
All right.
Before I scurry over to the one on the door on the left, I take the gem back.
Yeah, no problem. You obtain a pretty gemstone. I'll write a description in a second. Sorry, I'm like facially blind right this second, apparently. Okay, so you arrive here. Here you see a large painting that adorns this west wall here. Like, right, like, quite large. So, like, all of this wall.
I admire the art.
Roll wisdom.
But
you feel yourself being sucked into this painting. Like it's trying to take you inside of it. You're able to snap out, of the sort of like almost trance-like state around like here, but you're gonna have to hold on to something or whatever and like try to fight yourself out of it.
I'm going in.
You're just gonna let yourself fly into the painting?
Yeah.
That's fine.
something tells me that that dosha has something's creepy's going on.
I see.
So
You enter the painting, you fly through to the other side, entering the sort of, vast plain, a night sky above you, and a grassy knoll kind of around you, forests really far in the distance. And you feel almost like a creeping sensation as if you're being watched by some sort of malevolent force or monsters in the nearby wood.
I look up to the sky and I look at my surroundings. I felt the creeping eyes of predators, feeling my new presence in their habitat. This painting surely was weird. As I pick up my shovel and continue to move forward.
Progress forward through the painting. You can feel the stars almost like beaming down on you. Almost painfully at times. Roll me wisdom. You're able to, persevere and get to the sort of foresty canopy in which doesn't make you feel this way. And you receive, while you're in this canopy under the night sky, the benefit of Dosha's protection. In doing so, you feel like it kind of blocks out this sort of dangerous, almost astral radiation. And a creature sort of looks out from the woods. Maybe some sort of wolf, canine, maybe. It almost looks that way from far away. You can see the fangs and its reddish eyes.
Fear not. I am but a humble monk on a mission for my God. I mean you no harm. And I give this creature a creepy smile.
Proceeds towards you. Goes, well, I haven't seen one of you here in a long time. If you look tastier, maybe I wouldn't listen to what you're saying. But I'm down to listen for now. Kind of sits in front of you. You can now see it's bipedal, kind of werewolf-like, but it has arm guards and some armor and pants on. And he sort of sits down in front of you. What is it that you need, sir?
Oh. Well, I honestly have forgotten. However, I know that my God sent me to this peculiar place. You see, I'm a necromancer. However, in this cave that I went into, I can't utilize any of the spirits that I've come in contact with. So now I'm having to rely on a bit of a part of myself that I kind of neglected, which is the astrological side.
I see. Well, if you can do me a favor, I can present a way out of here, if you are so inclined.
That's what it was. A trial. I'm here on a trial for Lord Dosha. Wow.
Ah, the god of the night and shadows. I once served under Dosha myself. Not until they caught me. Shackled me under the moonlight.
Caught you? Wow. That's unfortunate. Would you like for me to set you free?
Yes, that's part of the deal. If you can find a celestial ladder, so whereas to both of us could ascend to that foul fake moon in the sky and break it out of its orbit. This mural should be nothing but trash and rend us free.
I think to myself, so I take a ladder to the moon. Wow. Okay. What is your name?
My name is Munashige. I'm named after an ancient samurai.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Do you have any idea where this ladder is?
Should be anywhere under the sun's or the moon's supervision. Sorry. I cannot descend from this forest into the knoll below without my mind burning away. I will need you to help. I can help with everything after.
Okay. So I
Lend you a little bit of a gift to help if you need it.
Sure.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and you feel a sort of vision be shared with you. You seem to gain some wolf's gaze temporarily. Allows you to see super well in the dark and raises your dexterity for finding this ladder by 10.
Okay. Wait, so when I find the ladder, I get 10?
No, you have it now. He's giving it
Oh,
to
it's
you to help find the ladder.
Okay. Cool. So, I thank Moon, and I go into the direction where the moon has jurisdiction. I follow the moon.
You follow the moon, you look around the grassy knolls, and roll me a wisdom check. Feel it's scorching, the moon's scorching your flesh. You take 30 stamina damage.
Oh.
Roll me a dex check to see if you can see the celestial ladder anywhere nearby. Plus the bonus of 10 from his wolf's gaze. That's great. You find the ladder in your first attempt. It did require quite a high roll. It gets easier as you make attempts. But you find it pretty immediately. It seemed to be on the western front, kind of under where it felt like the biggest glow of the moon was. So you had a good intuition there. You find the celestial ladder. You're able to make it towards one of the forest's edges so you can no longer get burned. And you navigate towards where the werewolf was.
Moon. That hurt. Ow. I see what you're talking about.
It is quite problematic. You persevered well. He takes the wolf's gaze back, but not without offering you similar benefits. He offers to sign a friendship agreement in blood. Help serve you on your endeavors. If you'll help serve him in his, you guys can work together as a pack.
Sure.
You sign in blood?
Yes, I sign in blood.
Perfect. This connection has been drawn. You now do gain the ability to activate Wolf's Gaze generally, just overall. Whenever you want, gives you perfect night vision and gives you plus 10 dex, but it costs 10 relic. So
Okay.
you can add that to your talents because it counts as a talent. I'll put the bones of it act because it grows. And here, night vision and plus 10 dex. It is dex, not just seeing things like perception. So it is quite beneficial when activated.
Nice.
Bam, there you go. And it gets stronger if you can build your friendship with the wolf, Nishige. All right. So he clocks the celestial ladder and it attaches to the moon. And he ascends up the ladder and he asks if you want to do the finishing blow with your shovel.
Yes. I take my I put wait, how big this guy? I'm riding him, right? I'm riding him. Am I riding him?
He's quite tall. He's like 9 feet tall. He's a big guy, but he's not like massive.
That's
But
okay,
you could get on his shoulders. He's pretty wide.
That's okay. I'm just I'm behind him, and then when he says that, I come from behind him. I say yes, of course, and then I activate my shovel shadow demon style, and then I dig my shovel to the moon, and I in a digging motion put the shovel behind my back as like I'm digging dirt and putting the dirt behind me with the moon, and I crash the moon into the ground.
Yeah, you start sticking large shadow-like protrusions appear on the spear as you drive it into the moon, and fragments start peeling off as you sort of pick away at it until eventually you hit something a little tougher towards the core of the moon and it kind of cracks and you feel like the whole world falls down and you awake outside of the mural with Munashige.
Whoa, that was pretty cool. Munashige.
Yes, good job. He looks like he's in a more human state now, that he is not as forced under the moon's effects.
I see him. Well, Munashige, I'm sorry. However, I don't have any food for you right now.
That's fine.
However, I got you after we get done with this. My trials from Dosha. So I make my way to the right side of the room.
Of course. You do so. You make yourself way towards the right side. I'm going to temporarily move your token, but it's not your fault. I'm just making everything a map piece to make it easier on myself. Should be doing all this on the map tile, but I'm not. Okay. Make your way to the right side here with Munashige in his human form. He points out to you that something's wrong with this room. It feels like what he felt inside the painting, like some sort of astral force. He senses a nice astral force here as he sort of navigates towards the astrolabe in the right side of the bottom right side of the room. He sort of picks it up and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Of course. So, not very good at these kinds of things. I can sense when something is a little irregular, especially under the moonlight.
I'll keep that in mind.
Right.
Munashige.
Yes.
Can I inscribe Pisces on this?
On the astrolabe?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course.
See, I'm thinking to myself, if this is a friendly astrological sign, then maybe let me try my sign. Maybe this is for me. So I inscribe Pisces and see what it does.
Yeah, no problem. It fills almost with like a fish sort of aquatically inside the astrolabe, which you can reach into, and it sort of swims around, and then eventually it the magic of it fades away and the image disappears. Munishige is surprised at the sort of magicalness of this object, but kind of gets the impression that it's incorrect for whatever reason.
I look towards the walls and see if I need to put this astral globe somewhere.
Yeah, there's no inserts to place the astrolabe, but there might be hints. You kind of look at the wallpaper and stuff because that was important in the northmost room. And it mostly looks tacky, but you put your hand against it, kind of like because you saw it break so much when you burned it. And this one does feel painted, unlike the sort of wallpaperiness in Sagittarius room. So it's not the same construction this time around. You may roll dex if you'd like to look for something more deeply, though.
What was it? 10. I think I want to spend a 10 Realmic and use the wolf eyes.
Okay.
And add the dexterity.
Feel free, no problem. Wow, you rolled great. So you do notice that the astrolabe does seem to have the inscriptions on the bottom of it. And when you kind of pull it back, you can kind of match the markings on it to things in the room. It almost spells out like some sort of maybe cipher, maybe an input order. You get the impression that the order starts with... It includes 4 different elements, and it starts with Taurus. And it likely doesn't include any of the signs you've seen so far. So it doesn't have Sagittarius, doesn't have Virgo, and it doesn't have
Pisces,
as you also checked. But also for the painting, the painting depicted a symbol of Aquarius.
Okay. So Aquarius is an air sign. Taurus, that's a earth sign.
Yeah.
So Taurus. This is why we're doing the astrology episode. I ponder, I look back, and I meditate, and I try to remember the teachings of the astrological school. Thank God. I remember a diagram that was in a book my grandfather showed me. So I try. Let me see. Aquarius, the wind sign. Taurus, earth sign. It's not Sagittarius. I look at Munishige.
Yeah, what up?
Taurus. Let's try Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. So, what am I trying? Okay. So, it starts with Taurus.
Yeah.
So, let's scribe Taurus.
Scribe. You can feel that that's correct.
And then... Taurus. So it's Taurus, Aquarius, Taurus, and then I put in Aquarius.
Aquarius. Okay. Taurus, Aquarius, you say?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, seems fine.
And then Leo.
Leo. Okay. The chart for these. All right.
And then I try Scorpio.
Scorpio. No problem. Scorpio. Ah, so that one's like a sort of a little deal. Okay. So you input this combination. It seems to work no problem and activates a passageway that goes from this room to the final floor of this tower. But Unishige and yourself, because you're activating that ability, sense that there is in fact a powerful being that is summoned, a sort of boss of this tower. Was created by the symbols you created, or you used.
Nice.
And yeah, it's like a pathway that goes up this way. It's created against the wall.
Okay. So, is he okay? So, I ask Moon Shigi, does that can we wait a little bit before we go over there?
Yeah, there's no rush.
Okay. So I'm pretty much break time.
Yeah, no problem. You break, rest up. You may hit your regen 3 times.
Cool. Alright. I stretch. Oh, Shigi. Okay. Munashigi, can I be honest with you?
Yes.
Your name is really cool. And I have a friend. His name is RoC. And he likes making fun of people by giving them nicknames. I think it's pretty funny. Don't worry, Munashigi. I won't make fun of you and give you a nickname. Are you ready to go fight this guy?
Yes.
So we go over here to go fight this guy.
Alright, you go up to the final room, in which case you see a sort of large monster that kind of combines these traits together.
Ooh.
It seems to have like a scorpion-like protrusion to launch poison attacks at you. It has a lion's mane, almost chimera-esque, but kind of smaller and more artificially designed. Seems more like a magical tool created this rather than like being purely biological.
Wow. You know, I do something. I take the Astra's star of a simulation and I put it down on the floor and I tell it, hey, watch this. I think to myself, well, I don't know if anything will happen since this is an astrology thing, but this is an astrology thing. And honestly, I'm about to fight an astrology boss. This might not do anything to it, but it could do something to it. So it's better to just see if it's going to do something to it than not try and see if it doesn't do anything to it. And I'm sorry, Astra's star of a simulation. I mean no disrespect by putting you on the floor. There's honestly nowhere to put it. Wait, I use the shovel and I dig a little mausoleum for it to protect it. And then I pray to Dorsha. It's because I'm looking at Dosha. Look, it's endorsements.
Yeah.
Really down. So I'm sorry. And now it's stuck in my head.
You're seeing like them together, so it's like this or whatever. Yeah, so it's like annoying to look at. You're seeing like Dosha and Dor, and so you're like Dorsha endorsements. Yeah, like to make it match and rhyme. It's the wordplay in you, you know.
Yes. It's I pray to Dosha, and I'm like, this is your test, and I will see this through. As I go into battle with Mushigi. Think Persona, as you know, you go into battle and the screen breaks.
And it's like da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-da. Or mass destruction starts. Yeah.
Whichever one.
Yeah, whichever one. You know, I like mass destruction a little bit better. So you launch into the fight, and here, you know, it's pretty crowded area or whatever. I will temporarily place like a lizard just so that I have a token, but it looks different than this. And his movements matter. So yeah, you start there, and Munshigi's off to the side over around here or something.
Okay.
Maybe I have a temporary Mushigi token, or I switch him out for real token. I should have the wolf guy tokens. I put those in a...
Oh my god, the good bubbles.
Yeah, exactly. I'll I had one of
Okay. So when I use Wolfpack, right? Do I put the mod in? Do I put the 10 in the attribute mods?
Yeah, you can put it into attribute mod for Dex.
Okay. Alright, are we taking turns or is this cinematic?
It's a little of both, but it's mostly cinematic.
Okay. Alright, so can I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Alright, cool. Let's see. This is the first battle I've ever had to face without being able to use any sort of necromancy. I ready up. Now, let's see what makes this guy tick. This thing. This soul. So I hit it with a fire. I used the House of Fire. I use the House of Fire. I'm inscribing. There it goes. Use Aries this time. I shoot it with an Aries house. Does it hurt it?
Sorry, you're what are you asking?
It does fire, like, because I'm using fire. I'm using a firehouse on him.
Yeah, that's fine. You activate the firehouse on him, you said?
Yeah, I want to see if it hurt this guy.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll turn. Sorry, yeah, I'm just making it a thing. They don't make this as easy as I would like, but it's fine. I'll just put this here. Under, please. I'll just put that on him, basically. So it lights him on fire in that area. It takes 20 of his health. It does feel like it burns and does everything it's supposed to do without being resisted.
Cool.
He takes the initial 20 damage, and he will keep taking that damage every turn this is here, but if you dispel it, it'll still have dealt the damage it did.
Okay, so I got the 20 multiplier from the dosha buff. So when I use the grave, my shovel shadows, is that another buff, or is it, or when I put the shadows on me, that's the dosha buff?
Let's see here. You're asking about the fact that it lets you... So, you've been in deep darkness for a long enough time that you have the cap on the shadow essence. And you created a monument in the name of the dead with the thing you wanted to place the thing in. So you did that. Yeah, you can strike people with it and deal, like, the extra damage. You're also within a range of a monument, which in this case you made to dosha. In terms of, like, dosha's a talent that provides you with the flat defense and the stealth, that won't really add to the damage, but the actual shovel damage is currently like 34 one-handed and 42 two-hands if you're just smacking him with it. So you can still do that. The actual effect on the weapon requires you to use two hands to activate a weapon skill. So if you were to two-hand and swing this thing, you could spend the shadow essence to add shadows to it, which has a status effect. It doesn't add damage in this case, but it has a pretty strong status effect.
Oh yeah, I got the ghost smell, so I put the ghost smell on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as burning, I combo the fire with the air sign to give me a boost of speed. And we're gonna say we're using Aquarius again. We're gonna inscribe myself with Aquarius, boost of speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel the speed boost. You can move
And then,
much further.
And then I come over here, I give him a nice two-handed swing, a sword skill, a shovel skill, dosha, shadow infused, bonk.
Yeah, you slam the shovel. It's sort of, malicious form hits his head and it kind of inflicts these sort of dark ripples that sort of emanate from his skin. And while he's on fire, he is also now afflicted with shadow. And you do now know kind of what shadow does because you've hit somebody with it now. So the shadow element, it's sort of, it can get worse, but is associated with the blindness skill or status as well. So currently it is blind, which will make it cannot react, and that. So that's its current status element. It can go higher if it's inflicted with enough shadow.
Okay. And then how much AP? That's 10 AP for one attack, right? Or is it 20?
It's 20 because you have to use two-handed to do the shadow strike.
Okay.
It's otherwise 15 for one-handed. It's just AP, no stamina, no mental cost.
Okay. Well, I'll use the remainder of my AP to go ahead and hit him again with that same thing.
Alright, yeah, you hit him again with the shadow strike, and you feel like if you hit him one more time in the future, it'll raise the tier of the shadow to tier 2 shadow elemental effect. So he's currently got 2 of those.
Oh my god, a 3-hit passive?
Huh?
A 3-hit passive?
Yeah, it's like a 3-hit passive. Max dark. Boom. Pop. There he is. Okay. Turn ends, Munashige rushes forward to sort of help pin this creature down. He flanks it on its right side. He's an ally of yours, so he's not affected by the fire effect. And he activates one of his moves. I'll roll him for fairness. Can do 2 of them. So he rolls forward and he does Moonlight Claw. So he's in his wolf form and he slashes the monster. Deep Gouge appears on its side, and then he activates his 3rd skill, which is Howl. So he howls and he buffs you. Seems to give you 20 all damage.
Whoa. Thank you, Munashige. I feel stronger. We are a pact.
Oh, he also technically gives it to himself, so I'll put that on him. Okay. That is that. So, it is the creature's turn. It activates 2 skills as well. 4 and 2. 2, it will move like a knight. So it should move like this. And it will perform Knight's Gallop to anybody it hopped over. I guess he could hop over one or the other, so I will roll that really quick. 1, it's you. 2, it's Munashige. It was you. Okay.
Hell yeah.
He hops over you and activates, Taurus's effect of the gallop kind of hits you. Do you have enough AP to block?
No, I don't.
No problem. So you will take /RD. It should be this plus this. Oh, you got low roll. 16. Your flat defense definitely covers this, so you don't take any damage.
Yep.
He will perform his 4th attack, which will use his scorpion tail. He will roll that. It should hit. I'll move the names so that they make more sense with his attack order. Of course, this is second attack order on my personal sheet, so I will move those around to make that a little more obvious. So he will perform Scorpio Sting. Again, he has to choose a target. 2. He chooses Munashige this time. He launches a stab at him, but Munashige saved enough AP and lunges out of the way.
Nice.
But you see that the wall got cracked by this sort of acidic, poisonous venom. That it's both. That the sting itself has an acid to sort of burn away the armor, and then it tries to inject poison. And you can see that it goes through a lot of flat defense. You assume it goes through about 20 flat defense based on how it hit the wall, and it injects you with poison. If it does any damage, if somehow you tank the 20 pierce and it also does no damage, like what happened last attack, then it would not inflict you with poison. But you do get to see that it does that. The acid status is only the pierce part at the beginning. But yeah, Munashige lunges to the side. He evades the attack. It is your turn.
Okay. I think to myself, man, if only I could summon my grandfather, he could cut that toxic tail in half. Wait, cut. I look at my shovel. I'm gonna need to take out that tail. That poison could be dangerous for both me and Munashige. But the best way to not get hit is not even worry about it at all. So, I think. Munashige.
Yeah.
How can you talk?
Oh, can I talk?
Yeah.
Well, I was once a human, and I am just a demi-human that transformed into a werewolf, but I have vocal cords.
I yell, "Hey! Hey you! Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm talking? What's your favorite color?"
Doesn't even flinch. Doesn't seem like it understands what you're saying.
Good. Munashige, do you have any lightning-based abilities?
I mean, yes. He should have a lightning-based ability. Based off the legend of the actual Munashige in real life, who's known as a samurai as fast as lightning. So, it would only be fair if he had a lightning attack.
Okay. So, I use House of Water, Pisces, around the creature. And I tell Munashige, when I use this, I'm gonna try, first of all, I'm gonna try to cut off his tail. When I cut off his tail, that's when you strike this area with some sort of electricity.
Alright.
Okay. That was, let's see. 30, 15 is 85. That is 70. Alright, so with my greater dexterity, I go behind the creature and I use, let's see, yeah, it's 20, so 16. I go ahead and use 3 two-handed attacks, trying to chop off this man's tail off with the dosha buff, darkness, shadow, night
Okay.
kick.
You do how many slashes?
3.
You did 3. You activated forewarning his or your tier 2 darkness. So you're at 5 stacks of darkness. At 8 stacks of darkness, you would go to tier 3, which is the final tier.
Yeah, how many
Forewarning. Yeah, what?
You said how many stacks?
3 more, essentially. It takes 8 total
8.
for a tier 3 effect. It's the first effect, the first hit will just do it. Then the second effect triggers on the 3rd hit. The final effect triggers on the 8th hit, because it's really strong. But Darkness Element, the first effect's Blindness, which you saw above. The second is called Foreshadowing, or Forewarning. Foreshadowing just seems too punny, but whatever, I don't really care.
I like
So, Foreshadowing, the target has a looming threat. If they attempt to flee, they will take damage. That's what it does. Sort of a fear combo. And then the third one is called Execution. Which is deal massive damage and cleanse all stacks. So that's how darkness works. First one's blind, second one does foreshadowing, they're still blind, and then the third one pops them.
Nice. Do I cut off the tail?
You slice his tail clean off with the shadows sort of turning almost like into an axe head as you cleave down on it for the third swing. And the tail kind of flies off to the side, the Scorpio tail being disabled for the now.
I end my turn.
Alright, so that. Now, Munishige will flank it on the side. He will activate. Did you want him to activate the lightning, or just you have to wait for something?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Slash RD4. I just want to see what his other move is. Okay. He didn't do this one. Cool. He will do his. What? He did 1 for the claw, 3 for the howl, I believe. Yeah. So.
Oh, did you put the howl modifiers on the whatchamacallit?
I didn't. You're totally right. Give me a second. Minus. They said all damage, so it's minus 80. There we go. Totally right. Thanks for catching that. Okay. So he will, in fact, activate his signature lightning splash as he lunges up into the roof, the ceiling of this building, and he sort of kicks off of it and carves down with his claw, and a giant, almost like lightning, strikes 3 times on the target, inflicting the target with paralysis. But in this context, with his bonus and with the amount of times he can perform it since he rolled to do it twice, he is probably gonna destroy this thing. So I'll kind of dress it up unless you want to like do a finishing blow on like a dying creature. Which would you prefer? Would you prefer Munishige's lightning like kills it, or would you want to do a finishing blow?
I think Yormisk would just let the person do the last hit.
Okay. Munishige comes down from the roof, the ceiling. As he kicks off, he slices down with his 3 claws. Lightning courses through his body, sort of electrifying it as it's sliced into 3 pieces, or 4 pieces technically, as 3 lacerations slice it right down the middle. And the creature falls to the ground and sort of fades into a dark, like, cubic substance as it sort of goes away. You can feel the malevolent force on the stars be lifted from this area, and you gain access to a new astrology talent. But because you had placed your monument to Dosha, and it was Astra Star that was resting within it, Astra Star fully charged off that sort of lunar energy, and absorbed the energy of this sort of boss being defeated. In doing so, you early activate Astra Star's first unlock requirement. For the Star of Assimilation, which you have one of them, you obtain Astra's talent from. So, Astra's... Astra's... I believe it's Solitude, actually. Solitude... Okay. Astra Solitude. This thing costs a lot of Roleplay. According to my sheet. 50. All upon great shadow lore stars. A eclipse is beckoned, and the sky turns black. You may carve sign of pending doom. A target your choice until the eclipse and returns later. There you go. And then let me think. Your astrology skill gains a plus for completing the trial, which allows you to get tier 2 effect. Oh, tier 2. Old. Now select Chinese zodiac signs. Well, there you go. And this sort of tower sort of fades away. You kind of see the night sky as it sort of dwindles, and you're ejected from the cave. Not violently, just sort of like materializes if you've been meditating right outside of where the portal was.
I grab my shovel and look at Nishiki. Well, that's done. You want to go to my room and talk about ourselves?
Well, I guess I owe you as much. We can talk about what we're, what types of things we're striving for in the future. And he sort of accompanies you back. You guys have a nice jovial chat. Do you want to say anything prior to the end of the session?
Yes. Guys, go sub right now. Okay? Sub right now, comment, and get ready for episode
9.
The next episode 9. Episode 9 of Realms. And tune in on Tuesdays for White Lotus.
Episode 14 of White Lotus just came out today. So, yeah, feel free to watch that. Technically, this will be coming out the day after that, so yesterday it will have come out. But